Alright, we going? Is it actually streaming this time? Maybe. Doesn't look like it. Oh, wait. Might be going. Is it going? Hold on. Is it going? Oh, wait. Might be going. Awesome. Okay. Alright, sorry about that confusion right there, guys. I was, again, confused with setting up my live streams. I am still working on that. They will get better. But, anyways, guys, what's up, NFL nerds? We're back with another prediction. Now, this one is actually going to be a little bit different, as you can tell from the thumbnail. So we're actually going to be doing the entire AFC West in this prediction. So, there's a few reasons why I decided to do this. The first being, I had mentioned before that I really want to get all 32 teams and the playoffs predicted by the time that the preseason rolls around. I'm still racing to meet that goal. I've predicted 12, so I have 20 more teams to predict. And the first Hall of Fame game is in 21 days. You know, that's the preseason. 21 days. I'd have to be doing like a video a day to meet that. So I was like, okay, well, why not just do it this way? You know, I thought this would make it a little bit more controversial too, because there will be fans from all teams arguing, no, we'll beat the Chiefs, or we'll beat the Chargers, or whatever the case may be. You know, I think it's going to be a lot more fun this way. You know, I know technically it's going to be less content because it's not as much or as many individual videos, but I think this will be fun. So, we're going to be starting off with the Denver Broncos. Now, they will be kicking off the season playing at the Oakland Raiders. Now, with Antonio Brown, you know, the addition there, you know, I've still got to say, he's still, you know, a top 3 receiver in the league. I don't know that he'll really look like that behind Derek Carr. But I mean, the Raiders had a very good offseason. They really did. You know, obviously they don't have Khalil Mack anymore, so you know they don't have that freaking monster on their defense. And you know, who knows what is going on inside John Gruden's head right now, but you know, Antonio Brown should at least be a good receiver with them. And with them playing at home, I think the Raiders are taking that one. So then the Broncos will be playing at home against the Chicago Bears. Now, I mentioned this one before. You know, they both have very good defenses. Obviously, I've mentioned a few times that the Bears have the best defense in the league. Their offense is getting better. You know, the Broncos are set to have a good future. You know, they've got Drew Lock. I think he's got good potential to be their quarterback of the future. I really do. So they're set up good for the future, but I don't think they'll be super great right now. Not good enough to beat the Bears. Then they'll be taking on the Packers. Now, I was getting ripped apart in the Packers prediction video because I had them going 8-8. Guys, I can't have every team in the NFL going 10-6 or 11-5. Okay? This is my prediction. This is how I think it will go. If there's something on here that you don't agree with, sure, feel free to let me know. But I don't think the Packers are going to be 10-6 or 11-5. Sorry that they're. I don't even know where I'm going with this one. I've been kind of repetitive on that, but anyways, the Packers are winning that one though. The Jaguars, I think they'll have a little bit of a bounce back year. I don't think they'll be quite what they were in 2017, but they'll be better than they were in 2018. I think Nick Foles will at least help out a little bit. And who knows, they could end up, being a huge sleeper team and ends up going undefeated and everyone's scared of them for the next 5 years. Or everyone could be overhyping Nick Foles and they end up losing 12 games. The Jaguars are pretty unpredictable right now, but I'll be honest with you. I see the Jaguars winning that one. The Broncos have a rough schedule. Look at some of the teams they're taking on. The Chargers twice. The Chiefs twice. The Raiders are getting a little bit stronger. The Bears. The Vikings. The Jaguars. The Colts. The Browns. The Texans. Even the Bills. For you Broncos fans out there, I think the Broncos are honestly probably a good 7-9, 6-10 team. Possibly even 8-8. But with that schedule, I don't think they're gonna do it. They have a rough schedule. So don't think I'm just here hating on the Broncos. They've got a rough schedule. But they're not going to beat the Chargers in LA. I think they can beat the Titans, honestly. They'll be playing at home against the Chiefs. That'll be interesting. I'm still curious as to how the Chiefs are even going to do this season. It doesn't look like Tyreek Hill is even going to be suspended. Who knows at this point? He could still have a suspension, but it doesn't look like he's going to. But I mean, with them playing in Denver for this one, I think the Broncos have a good shot at winning this one. Then they'll be playing in Indianapolis against the Colts. The Colts are a tough team. They really are. They're going to be one of the bigger teams to beat this season. They might be slightly overrated at this point, but they're still a very good team and will be. Actually, I'm not even going to spoil that yet. It's not to the Colts prediction yet, but I think they'll beat the Broncos. Then they'll be playing against the Browns. Man, I've mentioned before, the Browns are going to be a tough team. I hate being so high on them because they've been getting so overhyped. But damn, Baker Mayfield is going to be great, okay? Mark my words right now. He will be a great quarterback. With that new offensive system that they're working with right now, that makes him even better. Look at how many more of their games they won towards the end of the season because of that offensive change. And then at the beginning of the season, only losing to the Saints by a field goal, tying it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. There were a lot of games there that they were very close to winning, and if they would have won those, they could have honestly been a wild card team. They are a very talented team, and with some of their additions and with that offensive coaching change, man, I hate being one of the bandwagon people and saying that they'll be all this great, but I mean, let's face it, they're gonna be good. They're beating the Broncos. I think the Minnesota Vikings will also beat them. Go ahead and check out that Vikings prediction video after the live stream, of course. For literally no one watching right now. But hey, when this goes up, after you're done watching this, make sure you go check out the Vikings prediction video. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty fair ranking for them. Then I think the Bills will beat them. I think the Bills are honestly a pretty slept-on team this year. A lot of people are saying that they'll be 5-11 or 6-10. I even saw one guy, I think, saying that he has him going like 2-14 or I don't know. It was something like that. It was pretty low. Or no, that wasn't my Buccaneers prediction video. I think this guy had him going 5-11 or 6-10. I have him going 8-8. I think that's pretty fair for the Bills. I think they'll be quite a bit better. Josh Allen will improve, and they'll continue to take steps up. I don't know the correct phrasing for that, but yeah, I think the Bills can honestly win that game. It'll be close, but I think the Bills will take it. I think they have the potential to go 1-1 against the Chargers. At that point, the Chargers, I think Chargers will honestly be riding their high horse at that point in the season, looking too far ahead at the playoffs, and Broncos are going to sneak a win there. I think they're going to overlook the Broncos quite a bit there. And then they'll be playing at the Houston Texans. Now that's a hard one. That's a hard one to say. I see a lot of people saying that Texans won't be a playoff team this year, and they won't be, an 11-5 team again, and they're just not going to be all that great. J.J. Watt is healthy. Deshaun Watson is healthy. DeAndre Hopkins was, number 3 or something like that in receiving yards in 2018, and he had a busted up shoulder. He had come out and said that was the most injured he's been of his career. And he played like that. I'm sorry. If you think that the Texans aren't going to be at least a 10-6 team in 2019, man, I think you're crazy. DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver in the league. Deshaun Watson is getting better. J.J. Watt is probably the number 2 or 3 best defensive player in the league. Jadeveon Clowney is a solid pass rusher as well. You see where I'm going here? They've got a lot of talent on their roster. I know they're at least working on solidifying their O-line a little bit. Keep Deshaun Watson healthy. The Texans will be just fine, and they're winning that game. Then they'll be playing in Kansas City against the Chiefs. I'm sorry, Broncos fans. I don't like to do this to you. I've got a certain friend in my hometown that is a huge Broncos fan, and he thinks they're going to be serious Super Bowl contenders this year, and think they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. And if you're watching, Jake, the Broncos are not going to be a playoff team, okay? It's not going to happen. But they'll finish off the season with a win against the Raiders because they'll be playing at home, and it's going to be a meaningless game. So I have the Broncos going 4-12. Like I said, I'm not here to just hate on the Broncos, but that's a pretty damn tough team or schedule. That's honestly one of the hardest schedules in the whole league. It's rough. But I think the Broncos can go 4-12. So then we will be jumping on to the Raiders prediction. Let's go. All right. So I already mentioned in the Broncos one that the Raiders will win at home for that one. And man, I swear, I don't know if I'm delusional and just not thinking clearly, but I swear the Chiefs always destroy the Raiders. In fact, while I've got this pulled up, let me hurry and look up the Chiefs' previous matchups against the Raiders. One moment. Let's see. Yeah, so in 2018, the Chiefs beat them both times. The second time, it wasn't even close. 35-3 the second time. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna right off the bat give the Chiefs both those wins again. I think they're gonna sweep the Raiders again. I had mentioned before, I think the Vikings will beat the Raiders. Go ahead and check out the Vikings video again. They'll be playing against the Colts. Damn, I hate giving the Colts so many wins. They're going to be a damn tough team, okay? It's scary. But they're beating the Raiders. Same with the Bears. Already mentioned it. You've seen the video. I don't think I'll need to go over it, a whole lot. Packers fans, have you win another game here? You can't be too mad with me right now. Raiders will be taking on the Texans, and oh man, this one's hard to say. Both teams have some top wide receivers on their team. well, one of them has the best wide receiver on their team, and the other has a top 3 talent wide receiver, but based on 2019, I don't think he'll play like a top 3 receiver because of his quarterback. If that makes sense. This one's hard to say, but I think I'm going to give it to the Texans. And I am being very mean to you Raiders and Broncos fans right now. Like, I do not have you guys winning very many games, but anyways, I think they have the potential to get one win against the Chargers. You know, I'm not going to be that mean to them. They have the potential to get that one, and I think it's fair to say they get it in Oakland. I think they'll beat the Bengals. Mentioned in the Jets prediction that the Raiders will beat the Jets. You know, make sure you go and check out the Jets prediction, by the way. Let me know what you think on that. I already mentioned before, I think the Chiefs will sweep the Raiders. I'll be real with you here. I think the AFC South is going to sweep the Raiders. I have the Raiders going 4-12 again. I mean, also, not again, because that's not what they did in 2018. But yes, I have them going 4-12. They might be a little bit better. You know, they have the talent to be a 5-11, 6-10 team, maybe even 7-9. If there's any of these games I could see the Raiders actually winning that I did not give them the win on, it would be the Lions, the Packers, the Titans, Jaguars, and one of the Chiefs. So absolute 100% best 9-7. But I think they'll go 4-12. But I mean, hey, I've got you winning against some good teams though. You know, they've got one win against the Chargers. Well, that's one good team. Yeah. Don't take it personal, Raiders fans. It's a tough division, tough schedule. But I'm going to jump on the Chargers prediction next. Now, I've mentioned before, I think the Chargers are one of the most complete teams in the NFL. Week 1, they're already starting off with one of the funnest matchups of 2019. Like, this is an exciting matchup. I don't know what to say here. Oh man, this is a hard one to predict. This is a very hard one to predict. I could actually see this being a very defensive game. Believe it or not. I think they both have very talented defenses. And talented offenses, obviously, but oh, man. Overall, I don't even know what to say on this one. Like, this is a hard prediction. You know what? I think the Colts are taking it. I think they'll start off and Andrew Luck will have a good first game back. I think they're taking it. Of course, they're beating the Lions. You know, I already mentioned that in the Lions prediction. I think the Chargers have a lot of potential to actually beat the Texans. It'll be a very tough game. I can see it going either way. I do still think the Texans are actually a pretty slept-on team, but I think the Chargers are going to take this. I've already mentioned those ones. Go ahead and check out while you're at it, go ahead and just check out all my videos. You're here obviously because you like my opinion, so go ahead and check out the other predictions. Love to get what you guys think on these predictions. So go ahead and comment on those and let me know what you think. Steelers are a slept-on team this year. I think if there's one team that is not a divisional team there that can beat the Chargers at home, I think it's the Steelers. They lost Antonio Brown, but they also lost a lot of locker room drama. They added Devin Bush. TJ Watt is honestly one of the best linebackers in the league. They're really slept on as well. I think they can beat the Chargers. I have the Chargers beating the Titans. I have them beating the Bears. I have them beating the Packers. I have them going 1-1 against the Raiders. I think that's fair. I think they'll honestly go 1-1 against the Chiefs, and I think it's fair to say that they'll, win one at home and lose on the road. I think that's a fair prediction. Fair to say. And then I think they'll beat the Jaguars. So I have them going 12-4, a repeat of this last year. You can already tell by the record. You already know they're going to the playoffs. Even if they didn't win the division there, what 12-4 team doesn't make the playoffs? Like, really? Like, when has that ever happened? I don't think it has. So, alright. So, yeah, we have them going 12-4. Let's go ahead and jump on to the Chiefs prediction. Wow, I already had them going 7-4, losing to the Bears. Wait. Oh, I predicted that completely wrong. I need to go back. Yeah. I don't know why I clicked the Chargers both times. I'm glad I caught that, because they're really going to lose 5 games, though? Oh, man. Guys, I hate changing up predictions here. I really do. But I think they can also sweep the Raiders. Sorry to change it up already, but I'm sorry. That's how it is. It's a tough prediction, or it's a tough division to predict. But the Chiefs will be starting off the season against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that'll be a tough game. the Jags have a good defense. The Chiefs have an extremely explosive offense. I think the best offense in the league. I think the Chiefs can take it. I already went over that one. I think they can beat the Ravens. They're playing in Kansas City. I think the Ravens are a bit overrated, honestly. I honestly think that the Chiefs can take it. Against the Colts, you saw it in the wild card matchup last season? I think it was the wild card game. Or wait, no. That was the divisional matchup. Yeah, I think it was the divisional matchup last year with the Colts against the Chiefs, and Chiefs won by 2 touchdowns or something like that. And I mean, it was a lot more of a defensive game than I expected. I didn't think the Chiefs' defense would do that good against the Colts' offense, but I also didn't think that the Chiefs would be held to 21 points there. But anyways, I think the Chiefs will be winning this matchup as well. I think that's pretty fair to say. I think they'll be beating the Texans. Already went over these ones. I don't want to sound like a broken record and repeat everything is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be repetitive. But I have them finishing off 13-3. There are a few of these games I could see going either way. I could potentially see the Chargers winning both games, or I could potentially see the Chiefs winning both games. That's why I split it down the middle. I could see the Bears beating the Chiefs. I could see the Patriots beating the Chiefs. I could see the Colts beating the Chiefs. I could see the Chiefs sweeping the Broncos. It's a hard one to predict, but I am excited to see how they do. I think as long as Tyreek Hill doesn't get suspended, I think they'll be just as explosive as they were in 2018. I think they'll be just as explosive in 2019 as they were in 2018. But anyways, guys, that wraps up my AFC West prediction video. Let me know if you like me doing it in divisions like this, and getting my opinions on each team in the division as a whole rather than individual teams. Or if I should just go back to doing one team at a time. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Feel free to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Later.